What's up, everyone? This is James talking to you today from Locking the Value about the wonderful world of crypto. Now, I'm going to talk about the breaking news, the potential bull run, what I think the next trend could be. People are missed. But before we get into that, I've got a question for all of you. You must be bullish on the market right now because damn near everyone is, for obvious reasons that I'll go into in a second. What bags are you holding? What are you excited about? What do you think are going to make you the massive gains? Because make no mistake about it, if you're watching this, you, like me, are an early adopter, and we're looking at making big gains in the next few years. So what are you excited about? Write in the description. Please like and share and describe and share the video and subscribe to the video, okay? So let's get into the news. PayPal, they're getting into crypto. Okay, the Paxos has beat out Coinbase to become PayPal's Bitcoin custodian. PayPal are going to launch its own cryptocurrency buying and selling service for 325 million customers. That's a big statement. PayPal have obviously not had a great time as of late, so this is a perfect opportunity for them to build some income, to build some revenue. And 325 million people now have easier access to crypto. It's a great thing. Okay. Next, Visa have introduced AVA token, which is added to the Swipe wallet service and Visa card platform, making it spendable at 60 million merchants worldwide. Now, Visa have never stood in the way of crypto. Let's be clear. MasterCard did, Visa didn't. And Visa even did a tweet talking about how they were effectively an early adopter, and that they think that digital currency is a must. But having them adding to the Visa card platform is brilliant news. Speaking of Mastercard, they did a they did a U-turn. So 2 years ago, 18 months ago, they didn't let anyone buy crypto if they were with a Mastercard. Now they've introduced crypto into Wirex, and you can get crypto cash back every time you make a purchase. So it's a massive U-turn. It's brilliant news for us all. You know, it pushes the adoption. Okay, that's long term what we want. Um, Russia have made it law now that that cryptocurrency are assets, which means they're taxable. Also, the Russian people can't actually spend crypto as a payment option, but they can use it as an investment. It's an odd way of doing things, but it's no different to China. China's blockchain has extended enormously. They've now added 6 public blockchains, which are Neo, Tezos, Nervos, EOS, IrisNet, and Ethereum. But you can't buy crypto if you're a Chinese citizen. So, um, weird times, weird times. And the US banks, or the regulators, greenlit US banks to provide crypto custody services. Again, huge. All of that has been reflected in the market. Bitcoin had a nice 5% gain yesterday, hitting sort of 9,600 at one point. Ethereum had like a 10% gain yesterday, a little over actually. Um, and so did everything else. And it's been reflected today where there's been a bit of a pullback. But I feel bullish on this. And people are trying to predict where the market's when the market's going to have a bull run. I don't think that's doable. Okay, what we can say is in the last cycle, from the point we're at now, it was about another 13 to 15 months before there was a huge bull run. Okay, so if the markets are cyclical, we're looking at 13 to 15 months. I think we're probably more like under a year because of the huge statements banks and pieces like Morgan Stanley, or and governments are starting to accept it. I think a bull run's likely to happen sooner than the cycle or the previous cycle would suggest. And so that, as a point, is time to accumulate. So you've got to start strengthening positions on cryptos you feel have value, and taking opportunities where you get them. So as a very simple example, if you haven't joined crypto.com, join crypto.com, deposit $50 and stake that as MCO, and immediately, and you need to use a referral code, and immediately once you've done that, you can claim your rewards and you'll be credited with $50. So you'll have bought $50 of MCO, which MCO is a fine product. I don't think that's going anywhere. But you'll also have another $50 that you can invest in something that you want to invest in. But it's doubled your investments. It's a very simple way of doing things. It's a very easy way of doing things. So if you haven't invested in something like crypto.com, do that. Get yourself a free $50 and build your portfolio, because we've got a year, maybe less, maybe more, but I think less, right? To build our holdings and build our positions to make maximum gains. Okay. If you're gonna do crypto.com, my referral code's in the link. You have to use someone's referral code, otherwise you don't get the free $50. So make sure you do that. But otherwise, right, at this point we're on, let's build our portfolios. God, I'm building mine. Like I went hard on staking coins a lot in the last sort of 4 months. The reason being is that now they're passively building, and I can now ignore them. So I'm probably not going to go heavier into any staking coins, but now I can focus on the projects that I'm excited about or I'm enthusiastic about that aren't going to help me build passively. Because even Ethereum's jumping in on staking, Ethereum 2.0, you're going to be able to do that. But yeah, so again, in the description, say what you're excited about. If there's low cap coins, I want to know, because low cap, I love reading about them. I love learning about them. Now, let's look at what the next cycle, or what the next trend, well, not even trend, but what the next thing that people could be seeing gain momentum. We've had ICOs and we've had DeFi in the last few years, and DeFi I'm still hugely bullish on. I like DeFi. I caution people, if they're doing the borrowing, if they're lending then borrowing, not to overextend their position, because you can get liquidated, and we do not want to see that happen with anyone. Certainly none of my subscribers. Okay. One thing people aren't really looking at is artificial intelligence. There are a few projects. There's not tons. And one I'm quite excited about is SingularityNET. Now, if you don't know Ben Goertzel, he's the CEO and co-founder of SingularityNET. It's a fascinating project. He's made a blockchain-based AI marketplace. So right now, people using AI, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Alibaba, Microsoft, eBay, the giant corporations are the only ones that are really utilizing AI. But AI is everywhere to some extent. Apple, I forgot about Apple, right? AI is everywhere to some extent, but the people that have a monopoly on it, and the people that in the future are going to have a huge monopoly on it, are going to be those global influential companies. Do we want that? That's a serious question. Do we want that? I don't think I want that. Now, one thing Ben Goertzel's done with SingularityNet is made a blockchain-based AI marketplace. So you can go on to SingularityNet, ask a question that you want an answer to, and there are multiple agents that each do part of the work for the blockchain AI, and they send the information around, and you get an answer. But you pay for a service, and you get an answer. But what's exciting about that is it's decentralizing and freeing that artificial intelligence for the world. It's not doing it for them to make huge gains. SingularityNet has not been like a coin that's made significant gains. It's worth 2.3 cents, 3 cents roughly, right? 2.3 cents roughly. It's not making huge money, right? It's got a market cap of less than 20 million. Okay. It's a low cap coin. I love my low cap coins generally. There's small investments that could go big. And I really, really, really do recommend you take a look at this guy. He's fascinating. He's very interesting, very intelligent. You can learn a hell of a lot just by watching them. Lex Fridman's interview with him a month ago was phenomenal. If you've not seen it, have a look. It is over 4 hours long, but it's worth watching. Okay. Joe Rogan had him on about a year ago, and that's again really worth a look. I like Joe Rogan's podcast, so I'm always happy watching that. And By the way, SingularityNET are working with Algorand, which is a major statement anyway, because Algorand's the speed, the transactions per second for Algorand are so much better than Ethereum. Yeah, Algorand's going to be a big mover in the market. I'm certain of that. Like a bigger mover in the market. It'll break 1 billion. I'm absolutely certain it'll break 1 billion. But they're also working with Toda. Now, Toda is a blockchain service effectively and they're working in tandem to try and free up artificial intelligence. And they're working towards AGI as well, artificial general intelligence. But the reason that they're doing this is because they don't want a monopoly on AI tech from the conglomerates, the huge corporations that can influence everything. And I really, really, really found it very interesting. It was very conspiratorial. Listening to the guy's name is Tufi Saliba, and he is very, 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 very passionate, very anti-government, or certainly against any of these people having significant power. This I watched last night. It's really worth a look. Like I say, very conspiratorial, but if that's the way your brain is inclined, it's worth having a look. And also, if you're in blockchain to some degree, that's the way your brain is inclined anyway. Otherwise, you'd be investing in the normal traditional markets, which are controlled by government and banks and da da da. So, and I'm not invested in SingularityNET yet. I think I will be. I really do. I think it's a really exciting project. Very, very interesting project. And fundamentally, I think if you're going to have a company, if you're going to, AI is an inevitability. Microsoft, by the way, invested $1 billion for AI to work on artificial general intelligence. 5 years down the line, they believe they're going to have it, right? So if in 5 years artificial intelligence is that prominent, then a blockchain where it's decentralized may have insane value. So it's really worth consideration. And I'll update more. I'm very open with the investments made, but I'll update more if I do decide to go in on this. But it was more of I think this is an exciting idea, and it's been around for a while, but I do really like it. Anyway, that's it from me today. Hugely bullish, super excited. Write in the comments what you're excited about, what you're bullish on, what you think is going to make you enormous gains. And that's it from me. And if you're going to say, oh yeah, like I say, stack your position. We've got 12 months, I reckon. So if you've not joined crypto.com, join, use the referral code in the link, get yourself a free $50. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care, stay safe.